Blessed love, I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia-Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of ARCHAEOASTRONOMY from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its makeup has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com for more information.
Blessed love, royal family, Kanama, Haile Selassie the First is exalted. I definitely welcome you to this wonderful webinar, The Rudiments of Ancient Astronomy, of course, presented by the Priest Isaac Institute of Holistic Knowledge. And of course, I am your host, the Honorable Priest Isaac. Now, today, we will be highlighting our course, the Ancient Astronomy Course, officially entitled The Rudiments of Ancient Astronomy. Of course, some of you are already on that program, and I know you are full joy in it because you yourself would have sent such comments. We have testimonies, we have those who have already completed their course, and they themselves are extremely happy with the information that they would have received. Also, we are highlighting our upcoming ARCHAEOASTRONOMY course, which is not an online course now. This is a course where the participants leave wherever they are internationally and come and visit us right here in Antigua for 9 days and 9 nights, where we do go through some intense studying and we do groundworks on Green Castle Hill. We're talking about a natural megalithic site. We will be highlighting that more in the program today. And at the same time, you are involved in what is known as a studycation. So yes, we will be doing some intense work, underground work, day and night amongst the megaliths, showing you how they align with the stars. But as I said, it's a studycation. You will be visiting the beach. You will be taking in the vegan cuisine. You'll be also visiting the Rastafari camp. You'll be getting the cannabis tours and so many other things. But as I said, more in the webinar, we will be going deeper into that. But as I said today, family, we are highlighting and focusing on the rudiments of ancient astronomy. And of course, you know, ancient astronomy is the study of the universe, the study of the heavenly bodies in the ancient form. not modern astronomy where they totally negate the science of the energy and the frequency of the stars, the constellation, and the planets, and definitely not modern day astrology where they totally forget the academics of the heavens. So what I'm going to do this evening, family, I'm going to definitely take you on a journey. You're going to be definitely with me for some time, and I'll be explaining to you, as the title says, the rudiments of ancient astronomy. But let me remind you that we are again highlighting our course. Now we are having a special offer on the Ancient Astronomy course until the end of November, which is basically in the next few days. Now the Ancient Astronomy course is going for only $99 until the end of November. In reality, we had a beautiful Patrons Day on the 5th of November, and that was the offer for that specific day. But there were so many ones that wanted to take advantage of the offer, and we definitely extended the offer until the end of November. Of course, as you know, the Ancient Astronomy course goes for more than $200. And you will see in a few moments as I will be giving you a few excerpts from the course, the standard of the course, the quality of the course, information, and at the same time, the inspiration that it gives to maybe the young minds that will be enrolled in the course. Because although the Ancient Astronomy course has been designed for the mature mind, for example, the adults, teenagers, and preteens for sure, can be enrolled in this course specifically for themselves, where they themselves one-on-one can go through the class. You must keep in mind, although many ones can view the course, your whole family can view the course. But it's not like the homeschool where the whole family gets a certificate. The individual that enrolls into the Ancient Astronomy course, they are the ones that will receive their certification. So this beautiful course, again, once you are sharp on it, although you will have it for an unlimited amount of time, but at the same time, you can complete the course within 2 months. Remember, you'll be getting your quiz as well. And as I said, at the end of it, you'll be getting your certification for sure of attendance. And I'm talking about the Ancient Astronomy course. Now, before I get into my discourse, I want to at least give you one of the chapters of the Ancient Astronomy course, as we have over a dozen chapters, and then we go into the different levels of the course where we map out the heavens, we show you how you can map the ages. All of that is a part of the course. Again, it is professionally done, family. We're not afraid to say that here at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge, and it is something that will inspire you and even your younger ones. So I am telling you, if I was you, I would take advantage of that offer that we are offering, again, which will take us until the end of the month of November. Give thanks. So this segment is entitled Stars.
The fact that the ancient Dogon people could detect Sirius B, called Sigitolu, means that they had a clear astrophysical understanding of this star system just to detect it alone. The star Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky. It has a magnitude of minus 1.46. The magnitude refers to the brightness of the star or other celestial bodies. The brighter the object, the lower the magnitude, at least the numbers assigned to it. So the brighter an object appears, the lower the value of its magnitude. The brightest objects in the sky are negative in number. In ancient astronomy, we observe both apparent magnitude and absolute magnitude. Apparent magnitude is the brightness of an object as it appears in the sky from Earth. Apparent magnitude depends on the object's actual luminosity, its distance, and the extinction reducing its brightness. In astronomy, extinction is the absorption and scattering of electromagnetic radiation by dust and gas between an emitting astronomical object and the observer. Absolute magnitude describes the actual luminosity of the object. The brightest object in our sky is our star, Ra, the sun. The sun has an apparent magnitude of minus 27. The moon, minus 12.6. Venus' apparent magnitude is minus 4.14 and minus 5 at its brightest. And Sirius, the brightest visible star in the night sky, is minus 1.46. One of the reasons why stars like Sirius appears to be so bright is their close proximity to the Earth. Sirius is approximately 8.6 light years away from Earth. Sirius has a mass that is 2 times that of Ra, the sun, and more than 20 times the brightness of the same in actual brightness. Ancient astronomers not only understood the science of Sirius A, but also Sirius B. Modern astronomy claims discovery of Sirius B on the 31st day of January 1862. But again, the ancients would not only have detected it, but they would have mapped its orbit. Sirius B is one of the most massive white dwarfs known by modern astronomy. Its mass is 1.02 solar mass, while the mass of Sirius A is 2.063 solar mass. Sirius B's current surface temperature is 25,200 kelvins. This was known in ancient times. A binary star system is a system of 2 stars that are gravitationally bound to and in orbit around each other. The Sirius star system is considered as a binary star system, but activities in the system suggest the presence of a Sirius C. Stellar classification of stars are as such: supergiants, bright giants, giants, subgiants, main sequence dwarfs, subdwarfs, white dwarfs, red dwarfs, and brown dwarfs. Super red giants are stars that have exhausted their supply of hydrogen at their cores, and as a result, their outer layers expand largely as they evolve off the main sequence. Antares in the constellation Scorpio is an example of a red supergiant. In astronomical terms, it's at the end of its life. Once there is no more fuel left to burn, the star will collapse and explode into a supernova. Antares is among the 20 brightest visible stars in the Earth's night sky, although its brightness varies. It has an apparent magnitude of between 0.88 and 1.16. Antares, also called Alpha Scorpii, is 604 light years from planet Earth. It is 700 times the sun's diameter, large enough to engulf the orbit of Mars if the solar system was centered on it. Alcyon, in the constellation of Taurus, is a bright blue giant star. Stars with luminosity classifications of 3 and 2, bright giants and giants, are referred to as blue giant stars. A yellow dwarf is a star belonging to the main sequence of spectral type G and weighing between 0.7 and 1 times the solar mass. Our sun Ra, or Aten, is an example of a G-type star. About 10% of the stars in the Milky Way are yellow dwarf. They have a surface temperature of about 600 degrees Celsius and shine a bright yellow, almost white. The closest star to Earth, other than our sun, the Aten, is Proxima Centauri. It is 4.25 light years away from our solar system. It can be seen in the southern constellation of Centaurus. Proxima Centauri is a member of the Alpha Centauri star system, identified as component Alpha Centauri C. Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf star with a mass about 13% of the sun's mass and a density 33 times that of the sun. Proxima Centauri has 3 known exoplanets and its own solar system.
Yes, family, beautiful. Give thanks. And as you can see, the academics are definitely the main aspect of the program. And that is just one of the many, many chapters that you get when you enroll into the Ancient Astronomy course. And why I'm so positive that the young minds can take that in is because the individual that would have done the videography and even the main editing is, of course, my honorable son, who was 10 years old at the time, 11 now, the Honorable Prince Alamase. So the fact, I mean, he should know everything, you know, within the course because he was definitely behind a bit day and night doing all the hard work as far as, again, the videography and putting together all the different pictures that you see and the editing and everything that goes with the information. So don't be afraid, fam. Don't be afraid to involve the young mind at a young age. That is when it's going to stick. The only thing that I would encourage is that if the child, 7, 6, 5, I would encourage that you look into the astronomy course for the international homeschool program for sure. That is the program that I would encourage for the toddlers when it comes to astronomy. But for sure, remember, family, again, you will be definitely getting the course for only $99 until the end of November. Ancient Astronomy, you hear me maybe harp upon this every now and again as it relates to astrology, etc. For example, at the doing of this webinar here, You know, we are coming upon the time of a full moon. Now, of course, the full moon this year, according to the astrological world, is the moon is scheduled to be in the constellation of Gemini. It is seen to be a Gemini moon. Now, I'm saying that is definitely not a Gemini moon. The moon will definitely be in the constellation of Taurus, and not only in the constellation of Taurus on the 27th when it will become full, even on the 28th, it still will be in the constellation of Taurus. And then maybe on the 29th, you could see it beginning to get closer to the constellation of Gemini. And why I highlight this from time to time, royal family, is because it's important for us to understand that the heavens is a living entity. You know, the heavens, the celestial world, it's alive. That is why we can tell you for sure the sun moves 1 degree every 72 years. That's life. So that shows you in 720 years, the sun would have gone, 720 years is 10 degrees. That's life. So when you're using a chart that was constructed 700 years ago, and that clock, the battery was taken out, so the hands of the clock is not moving, that means you're seriously behind time. So this is why many individuals who think they are of specific zodiac signs, because they were born at a specific day and time, they are not of that zodiac sign in this time, 700-800 years after that construct was put together. And this is why ancient astronomy is so important. Ancient astronomy is not here to offend. Ancient astronomy is just here to take its rightful place in creation. Again, astronomy, as we know it today, also falls extremely far off the chart when it comes to understanding the spirit of these same heavenly bodies, the energy of these same constellations, which constellation and which planet is related to which principle. This, yes, astrology tries its best to keep up that, but because the academics is definitely off, they both fall short. And this is where ancient astronomy comes into play. And ancient astronomy is nothing that your humble host is invented. You know, when we go into the agency and we look at the temples in ancient Kemet, we can highlight, of course, the temple of Hathor, the temple of Het-Heru. We are going at least 3,000 years BCE or more, because you must understand these contemporary dates that we were given. For sure, in many cases, the monuments are even older than what we were told. But of course, in the temple there at Dendara, the same temple of Het-Heru, you know, as I said, about 3,000 years BCE, you can see on the ceiling itself, you see the different constellations, you see the whole zodiac belt, you see the Leo, you see Aries, the ram, you see Taurus, the bull, you see Kepra, you see, which is what they call Cancer, you see the Virgo, you see them and you see them in their order on the temple. So basically the point is, we're talking 5,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago, there was already an understanding in the ancient world, a comprehension of the zodiac belt constellations, the ecliptic belt. We already comprehended that this was the pathway of the sun, and yet still the moon and the other planets would partake of a similar path and pass through very close, many of them, to these zodiac belt constellations, these ecliptic belt constellations. And again, we already expressed that in our ancient world. But you see, in our agency, we had a different comprehension of what the constellations mean to what is expressed today. Now, I like to always show, many ones may say, well, you're talking about Mercury is Tahuti and Venus is Het-Heru and all of that stuff, and Mercury means this swiftness and Mercury means wisdom. Man, that's Greek stuff. The Romans invented that. That is not necessarily true. In fact, that is not true at all. You must comprehend that it was, yes, the Greeks who came into Africa. They sat at the feet of the masters. It was the masters that introduced them to the heavenly bodies. They may have had an idea. Everybody can see the stars. Everybody can look up and marvel and say, wow, what is that? You see that thing moving? Everyone can do that. But it was the ancient Africans, the ancient high priests of Kemet, that taught the Greeks and even the Romans and other people. You see that that light there, that bright red one? Yes, that's the planet. That's the planet Mars, or that bright shining one. That is Jupiter, or that is Saturn. Oh, those are planets. And in fact, to keep in mind now, these were not even the names that they would have used. Ansha and Kisha, which is the same Jupiter and the same Saturn. So then again, Tahuti is Mercury. And Tahuti now, Mercury in the European tradition is a god of speed. Listen to me good. Mercury in the European tradition is the god of speed. That is why you see Mercury, the wings on his helmet and the wings on his feet, and he's flying fast because he's the messenger. He's the god of speed. Now, the whole messenger concept has to do with wisdom. The whole speed concept, Mercury itself as a planet is the fastest planet. It goes around the sun in 88 days. Very interesting, as there are 88 constellations, accepted constellation in the heavens. In fact, a day on Mercury is 176 days. So a Mercury day is longer than a Mercury year because it's so swift as it goes around the sun. So we taught the Europeans, the Greeks, officially, the science of Mercury. This was not religion. The science, this is the science, the academics of it. 88 days, Earth days, that's the time frame it takes Mercury, that planet, Tahuti, to go around the sun. So this is why they evolved now, or developed, I should say, their mythos or mythology or fable around that knowledge and created Mercury, the god, the swift god, and then attributed it to the planet because of the knowledge that they gained. So my main point here in that discourse is that not because you hear the Greek culture highlighting constellations and zodiac and horoscope and things of that nature in the astrological world, it doesn't mean that it's rooted in their culture. It is borrowed culture. Yes, it has been modified to fit them, for sure. But we, with knowledge and understanding, must be able to take, as we say in the Caribbean, sense from nonsense. And I'll show you what I mean. And that's what ancient astronomy is all about. Now, when you look at the constellation of Gemini, we all know that Gemini is a male and a female, Hu and Sa. Gemini specifically is a man, Gemini is a woman, male and female, Shu and Tifnut in ancient Kemetic standards. Now, when you observe what the Greeks would have done to Gemini, they would have given it a different brand altogether. Gemini is now seen as two little boys, Castor and Pollux, and usually expressed in very affectionate manner sometimes. Now, what I'm saying here, my royal family, from anciency, when the Greeks came to Africa, they were already taught that the ancient constellation of Shu and Tefnut is a he and a she, a male and female. But yet still, they turned it into their philosophy of who? Gemini, which is two little boys. And again, just like the Shu and Tefnut, very, very closely attached in their philosophy. Now that is very detrimental to the mind of even a young child. And this is why ancient astronomy comes to put astrology to rest, even because that is even a part of the astrological outlook. The twins are male and female. Look at the constellation of Cancer, which is seen as a crab. That is not the ancient depiction of Cancer. Cancer is Kepra, and Kepra, of course, is the resurrection, the beetle, the scarab beetle that is seen carrying the sun, of course, standing for, again, resurrection and many other things that are connected therewith. So we must comprehend, again, ancient astronomy is the science of understanding the heavens and connecting it also to the earth. And this is why these great monuments were built, to directly highlight the whole science of as above, so below. This is why the Great Pyramid of Giza, as many of us would know, aligns with the Orion Belt constellation. This is why even the shaft in the pyramid aligns with the Orion Belt constellation, aligns, with the Sirius star system, as you just heard about Sirius a moment ago in the chapter from the Ancient Astronomy Course, and also aligns with the northern celestial pole, where once stood the star Thuban, and right now stands the star Polaris. Keeping in mind, we have the mighty Dogons from Mali and from other parts of Africa. And keep in mind, what has been attributed to the Dogons can be attributed to many African tribes. For sure, the Bozos, meaning that they had a keen understanding of the cosmos. The Dogon people already depicted or detected the star and depicted it, the star Sirius B. They mapped it already and showed its specific timely rotation and its orbit around Sirius A, Potolo and Sigitolo, to the point that they have a 60-year dance that really celebrates that whole binary engagement between Sirius A and Sirius B, and that's the Dogon people, a beautiful dance you see them do, highlighting the movement and the rhythm of Sirius A and Sirius B. And of course, we would have done many programs highlighting the whole science of just the dance in general in ancient Africa. Is all dance, all the different rendition and cultures that you see in Africa. When you see them come and dance, each and every one of those dances represents the movements of the heavens, and that is a fact. So with all understanding the anciency of Africa, we always connected the River Nile with the movement of the Milky Way. We always saw them, as a mirror of each other. Again, the whole science, as above, so below. Very, very important. And this is why now, again, the River Nile, the Milky Way, and, to give it justice, in other ancient cultures, the Ganges and the Tigris and the Euphrates were also connected with the celestial Milky Way. And we actually highlight all of this in our Ancient Astronomy course. Now, there's a high science behind the constellation of Nut, the goddess Nut, seen in her heavenly realms with the stars painted on her body. When a star explodes, you get what is known as a neutron star. And what happens, the neutron star, the star itself, the literal star, comes to the end of its life. And the core of the star now, which is inside of the literal star, which is really the iron core, collapses upon itself. The understanding of what collapsing upon itself is all about is really, if you consider the atom, and you understand the atom has a lot of space, as small as it is. So you just imagine the protons, the neutrons, and the electrons just coming together and totally eliminating the space that is collapsing upon itself. So the neutron star goes through a process of collapsing upon itself, and all of this happens again after the process known as the supernova. Because the supernova, this is when the original star explodes, boom. Of course, this doesn't happen overnight, thousands of years, the process taking place, because a dynamic effect is going to take place here. So again, after the supernova, that's what it's called, the supernova, when the star explodes, you get the remainder, which is the core of that star, the neutron star. It begins to collapse upon itself. And while collapsing upon itself, it begins to rotate. The velocity increases, enormous speed. And with the increase of the velocity, it also increases its electromagnetic energy. That is the neutron star that I'm speaking about, the star that is now collapsing upon itself, the core of the star that is now collapsing upon itself. Now, while that is happening, it is creating around it an area, again, of electromagnetic energy, which is going to eventually bring into creation what is known as a black hole. This is why the black hole is considered to be a space of nothingness. They say the black hole is so strong, its magnetic energy is so strong that it can even bend light. The protons of light itself will bend and go into the black hole. And it actually does that. The electromagnetic energy is so strong that the black hole actually takes in the space debris, even from the former star and other space debris around it, and sucks it into its vortex and eventually spits it back out in plasma form. And this whole process, which obviously is a process that we're going into maybe even millions of years, eventually creates a quasar and eventually brings into existence not only the black hole, but even a galaxy in general as we know it. Now, all of that science, which we take a bit more time and go into a bit more detail as it relates to the International Ancient Astronomy Course. But all of that is on the Ancient Astronomy Course. But basically, the alignment with all of that science is with the goddess Nut, as she represents the heavens. That's why you see her covered with the stars. And that is why the sun comes out of her womb every morning. Because you see, the black hole itself, that is at the center of every galaxy. For example, our galaxy, we have a black hole, a supermassive black hole, obviously, at the center of our galaxy. We have millions, maybe, black holes in the galaxy itself. But the dynamo, the nucleus of this galaxy and every galaxy is a powerhouse known as the black hole. Now, what it is, the black hole is our mother, because all of what makes up the material, the matter of the galaxy came out of the black hole, It's just science. That's really what it is. We're not talking the spirit now, really. We're talking the physical. Even myself and yourself, planet Earth, the elements. It is from the black hole that all things came into existence. That's just reality. So this is why everything came out in the plasma form, the initial raw material from millions, maybe billions of years ago, that eventually came down to the elements and silicon and magnesium and everything, phosphorus, all the different elements that make up trees and grass and water and oxygen and human beings and everything. It originated out of the cosmic of the black hole. It's just a natural thing. That's how it happens. It's science we're speaking of. So I'm showing you that in ancient Africa, we already comprehended that. And that's why we saw the cosmic region. That's why we saw the sky as such, the goddess Nut, painting her with the stars, very conscious that out of her comes the sun. Every morning, just like life itself, the sun and moon and everything comes out of the black hole. So with all understanding, the anciency of astronomy can be seen. This is why even in the what some call the main calendar, which some will refer as the Olmec calendar, at the same time, some will specifically say it's the Aztec calendar for sure, but it's all these different tribes and different peoples that we would have called. There's a oneness amongst them. Of course, the Olmec, the main Olmec, the Shai people, you observe the calendar, you see the tongue sticking out, which is the symbol of the god Bes, which is an ancient sea that is seen in ancient Africa from the Central Africa. The god Bes, the Twa people, the said Olmec people is related to them. So this is why the Olmec calendar aligns with the science of the alignment of the sun and the earth with the black hole in the center of our Milky Way. That is what the 12th of December, 21st of December, 2012 event was all about. The direct connection, the Olmec calendar coming to an end, and the perfect alignment with the celestial center of our galaxy, and it already took place on that day. This is just science, it's not religion at all. So it's just to give an understanding again, my good family, as it relates to ancient astronomy, and of course, why it is that it is important that we as a people have an understanding of it. You know, if we consider ourselves even scriptural people, biblical people, the Bible continually mentions the heavens and stars. And of course, constellations are mentioned by name. The book of Amos, the book of Job, Arcturus mentioned by name. Orion or Orion, which is really the constellation of Sahu, mentioned by name. And other constellations, the Pleiades, mentioned by name in the scriptures, even in the Bible, and of course in other religious point of views. So we must understand this is what leads into your natal chart again. That is why even when you were conceived, and even when you came out of the womb and what was taking place in the heavens, it's good to know these things, you know, especially when you come to the understanding of how important all of this is. Now, as I said, I have some marvelous information that I want to share with you as it relates to our upcoming ARCHAEOASTRONOMY course. And keep in mind, this is a different thing altogether. The ARCHAEOASTRONOMY course now is when you pack your bags and you jump on a plane and you come down to the Caribbean and you sit 9 days with your brother, that's myself, and we go into some intense studycation, intense work. Yeah, real work. We're not coming to play, we're coming to learn the science of archaeoastronomy. And then, of course, we will be doing underground research, underground practical work, specifically at Greencastle Hill. I mean, there's only one Greencastle Hill, and it is in Antigua. That's a very interesting thing, and this is where I am. I mean, it's a small world. There's not a Greencastle Hill in Trinidad. No offense, Trinidad. There ain't no Greencastle Hill in St. Kitts. There's no Greencastle Hill in Washington. There's no Greencastle Hill nowhere else. There's no other place that has, I mean, they have big rocks, boulders, things that align with the heavens, I agree, but this is different, where the rock grows out of the earth. Countless of rocks growing out of the earth, aligning with the heavens, aligning with the stars. This is something that is still basically, for the most part, unresearched. Your good brother is the individual that has done the most research. And that is why I invite you and confidently know that you can come and sit with me and we go upon Greencastle Hill in the day and in the night and see when the stars rise and align specific rocks with the celestial power point, the northern pole. You will see how Sirius star aligns with the thrones that come out of the earth itself. All of that is a part of the ancient archaeoastronomy course. And again, there is the academics and the practical. And again, it's a studycation. So there's so much about that, but I'll get into that in a few moments. But what I'm going to do right now as I promised, I'm going to give you another chapter from the Ancient Astronomy Course family. Now, keep in mind, you have until the end of November. You know, I do hope you're watching this live, as they say, and I hope you will get it before the end of November to see this here. If not, it's all right. It's still at a good price because the value, you understand, of the Ancient Astronomy Course is beyond them dollars. You have to keep in mind, when the quality of your product is higher than the price is of no more concern, and that's the truth. Yeah, the price becomes obsolete when the quality of your product, and I'm telling you, the quality of this product, the prices, I mean, come on, not even anything to be discussed when you consider the quality of this product. And I'm speaking from my heart, you understand? So really, as I said, we are definitely going to go into another level right now. I'm going to share with you the aspect of the course that we call, let me just see which one we're going to give you. As I said, this is just one of the chapters taken from the Ancient Astronomy Course family. We have dozens of chapters on the course for sure. Different aspects, of course. Remember, the course actually comes with a book. The course literally comes with a book which is entitled The Rudiments of Ancient Astronomy as well. So you also get that with the course. You get the whole sky reading sit-down program. You also get the program where we go through stellarium, where you're taught how to use stellarium properly, and then we show you how to understand the different ages. And all of this is in connection and in addition to the literal course itself, when you have to get your questions and, of course, your quizzes. The whole works, man. It's so much that it's almost, it's so much, I can tell you that for sure. Something you will enjoy, you will full joy. And I will just remind you again, if your young ones are interested in astronomy, and even if they're not, get them interested in astronomy. This is a course that they for sure will love, I am telling you. All right. Celestial academics. I want you to take this in. This is just one of the chapters in the course.
A sidereal day is the time taken by the Earth to rotate on its axis relative to the stars. A sidereal day is 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4.091 seconds. This means that each star will rise 3 minutes, 56 seconds than it did previously. Like the islands, cities, and towns, every object in the sky has two numbers that fix its location, called right ascension and declination, more generally referred to as the object's celestial coordinates. Declination is the celestial sphere's equivalent to latitude, and it is expressed in degrees, as is latitude. For declination, positive and negative refers to north and south respectively. The celestial equator is 0 degrees declination, and the poles are 90 degrees, positive 90 degrees and negative 90 degrees, north and south. Right ascension is the celestial equivalent to longitude. Betelgeuse, also referred to as Betelgeuse, is a red supergiant and one of the largest stars visible to the naked eye. It is also referred to as Alpha Orionis, marking the eastern or right shoulder of the constellation of Sahu, also called Orion. The celestial coordinates of Betelgeuse are right ascension, 5 hours, 55 minutes, 10 seconds. Declination, positive 7 degrees, 24 minutes, 26 seconds. On the other side of the celestial equator, you have the brightest star in the constellation of Sahu. Its left foot, Rigel. Rigel, also called Beta Orionis, is a blue-white supergiant located about 870 light years away from the Earth and is about 47,000 times as luminous as our Sun. Rigel's celestial coordinates are right ascension, 5 hours, 14 minutes, 32.3 seconds. Declination, minus 8 degrees, 12 minutes, 5.9 seconds. The Earth's ellipse, which is known as the ecliptic, is the plane of Earth's orbit around the Sun. The Earth's axis is not perpendicular to the ecliptic, but has an inclined angle of 23.5 degrees. This is called obliquity. This obliquity, coupled with the Earth's orbit around the Sun, determines how we see the heavens around us. We observe the sky as a spherical surface. This is why it's called the celestial sphere. With all of this taken into consideration, the celestial latitude and longitude, declination and right ascension, was established to give coordinates to the apparently fixed objects and moving ones as well. Now that we comprehend declination and right ascension, let us look at another system of coordinates known as azimuth altitude coordinate system. Depending on the hemisphere of the observer, north or south, the celestial pole becomes an essential point. As observers, we see everything rotating around the celestial poles. Imagine facing true north. Draw a line from the celestial pole until it hits the horizon. The azimuth of the object that you have identified will be the angle of its clockwise bearing from geographical north. The elevation from the azimuth is the altitude. Keep in mind that the azimuth altitude results depends on the observer's location on the planet.
Yes, family, beautiful stuff. Give thanks for that. So, as you can see, the academics definitely on par. Ancient Astronomy Course again, family. Again, until the end of November. That's just in the next few days. The course will be available for only $99. If I was you, I would be taking advantage of that even as I am speaking. Don't go and procrastinate on it. And you can obviously see that this is something that can be not only beneficial to you, again, even to the young minds, again, to the younger ones that are interested in astronomy, and even those who may not be interested. This is something that will get them interested. But let me just highlight, even before we seal today, the ARCHAEOASTRONOMY course that I was telling you about. This is Studycation to Mount Anu, which is Green Castle Hill in Antigua and Barbuda in the West Indies. Now, of course, family, as I would have said before, you know, it is unique here in the island of Antigua, where we definitely have the hill known as Green Castle Hill, which I would have written about in my book, Anu, Ancient and Modern. Where we are right now, we're on the website, priestIsaacInstitute.com, the website, priestIsaacInstitute.com for sure. And then you can definitely come to the area marked courses, and you can see the different courses that we have available. But as I was saying to you, our book, Anu, we have the book entitled Anu, Ancient and Modern. You could also get it right here on the website, where we speak about Green Castle Hill. This is a hill that is situated between Jennings and Bendels in Antigua, approximately 600 feet high, going up in the air, filled with countless of these megaliths that you are looking at. These are megaliths on the hill itself, countless of these megaliths, meaning that you can't count them then. You could try to count. They're like the stars there. And interestingly, these megaliths are aligned with the movements of the heavens. Archaeoastronomers before me went to the hill and did that research and would have given the results. And of course, I myself, in this time, would have definitely taken up that mantle, and have been continually, you know, highlighting the hieroglyphs upon the hill. Hieroglyphs where the stars meet the stone, the rocks meet the star. One of my followers labeled me the rock star. I give thanks. So I am saying now, family, that we are highlighting the studycation. Why I must say studycation? Because obviously many people come to the Caribbean to take in the sun, the sea, and the sand. Many people come for the fresh food. Many people come for the fresh air. And of course, all the other experience. And of course, you're coming to Antigua, where the Rastafari has all freedom when it comes to the cannabis sativa. For those who indulge and for those who don't indulge, I know you're not a hater, for sure. So we also offer other tours, the cannabis tour and the island tour, of course, and of course other hikes, specific hikes to Green Castle Hill. But for those who are coming exclusively for the Archaeoastronomy course, we have several hikes, trips, as we would say, but we're not tripping, that we have to make to Green Castle Hill. These are study hikes. You know, these are not the hikes where you're just going to observe the view. These are hikes where we are going to take our time and align the rocks with the stars, observe the sunrise, observe the sunset, observe the celestial northern pole, and see what it aligns with at what time, with what stone. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful experience, my good brothers and sisters. So as you can see, the price that you could see, those of you who are watching, this is our website again. You can go to our website to register and to get more information. Right now, it's only for $581. Now, that doesn't include, obviously, your passage and all the other things that go with it. This specifically is the price for the course. The price for the course itself is $581, because we have people right here in Antigua that are not catching any plane. They need no accommodation. In fact, they have their own food. So they themselves, they also have to pay that price, $581. But let me just be clear here. The course itself, the price continued, the course itself is $1,088. That's the price for the course. This is a special until the 1st of December. So until the 1st of December, if a person registers early, it is $581. And then on the 1st of, they have until the 1st of January, where the price would be $688. Then they have until the 1st of February, where the price would be $880. And then the 1st of March, where the price would be at the actual price, which is $188 for the actual course. Now, I mean, you can obviously see we're giving everyone an opportunity to get it almost for half price. you know, and as the months come to an end, the price will go up until it reaches to the original price. But that's a beautiful price too. And you see the 88 and the number 8, it has to do with the 88 constellations in the heaven. Now remember, family, this is more than just a course now. This is a hands-on course, not necessarily online, but hands-on, in the field. And at the same time, you're not just studying, it is a studycation. You're literally taking a vacation and still going back home with a certificate. I think it's definitely worth the price, family, especially when it is starting at $581. And I'm sure, I'm not afraid to say, I'm sure you wouldn't mind spending a few days with your brother, Priest Isaac. So, I mean, it's more than worth it. So give thanks for those who will be taking that initiative, and also give thanks for those who will be taking the initiative before the end of the month, which is $99 for the Ancient Astronomy course itself, for sure, which that's the online course now, which I'm encouraging each and everyone to partake of. Very good. Family, it has been a beautiful session. I'm very thankful for each and everyone that took the time to spend a moment with us. Those of you who came in late, and don't worry, you could watch the course again from the beginning. It will be online. In fact, it will be rebroadcasted again at some time on Radio Anu TV, and of course on Radio Anu, the international flavor, the universal spice. I do give thanks for each and everyone who took the time to spend this moment with us. And I pray all is well and all is blessed with you and yours going forward. Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Give thanks. Blessed love. Rastafari.
Blessed love, I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of ARCHAEOASTRONOMY from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its makeup has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com for more information.